The biggest bill in a budget plan to fix a major shortfall in the state's general fund has passed the House. Representatives voted 52 to 46. This is the divorce filing that First Lady Diane Bentley signed on Wednesday. The court documents were filed at 9:23 this morning. Agencies are funded the way they need to be. Now, coming up at 6, hear what Governor Robert Bentley had to say regarding the plan legislators are working on right now. This is all part of an initiative to help a shortage of primary care physicians, especially in rural areas of the state. There's a pretty good turnout, but as expected, Alabama lawmakers were in and out of the state house. That cigarette tax does move to the Senate next. As for the business privilege tax, it was carried over earlier due to some opposition. Attorney General Luther Strange and Governor Robert Bentley called this the best possible settlement. Coming up on WDHN News at 6, we'll bring you a more personal side of the story. Once there, Representative Steve Klaus told me he does expect some changes to be made. These are the agencies we keep talking about: Medicaid, law enforcement, mental health. Alabama House of Representatives decided to meet one more time today for a work day. I'm live at the State House. Jasmina, Alston, WDHN News 18.
I'm a Marine, and I'm just here with the rest of these guys that have come down here and girls today to try to stand in front of our recruiters and prevent anything happening like what happened last week.
Last week, 5 U.S. service members, 4 Marines, and 1 sailor were fatally shot at a Chattanooga, Tennessee recruiting office. This week, a group of volunteers is making sure that doesn't happen here.
It's just as likely here as it is anywhere. Now that it's been all over the news media and these have been pointed out as very soft targets, could make it more attractive to someone who wanted to do something stupid.
Bob and others have been outside the Armed Forces Career Center on Montgomery Highway since 7:30 this morning. The armed men and women plan on protecting those inside until they no longer have to.
We're planning on being here every day until either the state of Alabama or the federal government steps up and does something to protect the heroes that stay behind these doors.
They're hoping to see some type of change, installing ballistic glass into the buildings, allowing the recruiters to be armed, or posting one National Guard soldier outside of the doors, all to prevent another scenario that left 5 dead.
We hope that anybody that sees this, even in other communities, will step up and try to do the same thing. These are the guys that have been protecting us, and we're just trying to help them out for a change.
Bob tells me he hopes that the recruiters will hear some type of feedback and urges people to make calls to lawmakers and ask if there's anything that can be done for protection. Since last Monday, Alabama has seen not one.
It sends a signal in the South. I'm headed from here to South Carolina.
Not 2. But 6 GOP presidential candidates.
Coming out of the debate, our momentum has been remarkable.
We're going to have a lot of fun. The weather's a little dicey. That's okay.
Hey, guys. Hello. How we doing?
So why Alabama? Why the sudden interest? According to Secretary of State John Merrill, it could be because Alabama has moved its primary to March 1st, also known as the SEC primary, which consists of other southern states also holding their presidential primary on that date. Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. In a statement released last Monday when presidential candidate and Ohio Governor John Kasich was in Birmingham, Merrill said, quote, "When this many presidential candidates are choosing to visit Alabama, it is proof the SEC primary is working," end quote. It has also been said that Alabama is a source of money for candidates, many of which are attending private events. Candidates are expected to continue to show up right here up until that March 1st date. The biggest bill in a budget plan to fix a major shortfall in the state's general fund has passed the House. Representatives voted 52 to 46 for a 25-cent per pack cigarette tax increase. It's part of a plan that would raise a total of about $130 million in revenue increases and is largely supported by House Republican leadership.
I thought it was a very vigorous debate, which we had planned on. It was a little bit closer than what I thought it would be, but it passed. And now the other measures, they need to pass also for us to bring the budget up the way we passed it in committee yesterday.
The cigarette tax passed after a 2-hour debate on the House floor, most Democrats voting against it. Opposition Representative Craig Ford says we'll go for all tax increase bills when it comes to the caucus.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're a no across the board until we see a lottery bill, until we see the governor enter into a compact on the Affordable Health Care Plan Act. So that's what we've told them. That we've been simple, we've been clear.
Another controversial bill, part of the budget plan, the business privilege tax, which Representative Klaus says will most likely have just as much debate.
I think it'll be the way we'll go with the rest of the package. I had to get up there and answer a lot of questions that members had, and probably will have to do that with other bills also.
As for what chances these bills have in the Senate, Klaus says that's not his main concern right now.
We're just worried about the House right now, so.
That cigarette tax does move to the Senate next. As for the business privilege tax, it was carried over earlier due to some opposition. Representative Klaus says this is showing some progress and shows that lawmakers are starting to realize just how badly these state agencies need to be funded.